Welcome to our ukulele tutorial, chord melody tutorial for Rudolph the Red-Nose Reindeer. It's actually an arrangement I just finished and did for all our platinum members over at Ukulele to Pros, but I want to do it for you. I'm here on a tenor, low G, G, C, E, A, although if you have a high G, doesn't matter, it's going to work great for this arrangement. And if you're a baritone player, don't worry, I have a baritone tutorial for this same song as well. Let's jump into the intro. We're going to start off with a couple pickup notes here on beat 4. It's just single notes. And then we're going to go right to this D minor 7 chord. Take that pinky off, second string, and then E minor 7. Add the pinky to the 3rd fret there. Then this cool G9 chord. And then just take this shape and slide it up to this nice C6 chord and then hit the 2nd string. And get used to this shape right here, this C shape, because we're going to be doing it a lot in this arrangement. Now the second part is exactly the same thing without the pickup. Right to the D minor again. And the E minor 7. And then that same G. And then slide it up. Now it changes here, really cool part I like. This part's gonna be an A minor. You're gonna stop on the 2nd string though, and then hit that note again, and then go to this E7, stop on the 2nd string, and then back to A minor, but all strings. And then you're gonna do these single notes. Stay here on the A minor, and then add the finger for this D7, and then move the melody down, and then gonna end on this G shape right there. And then you guessed it, we're right to the verse, which is our Rudolph part. That's the part I played earlier, but let me play it again. Here we go. I mean, how cool is it? Really, really great sounding. You hear the melody, you got the chords. You got this. All right, so it's going to start right here on the same C chord up here. Then you're going to hit the 1st string, and then back to the 2nd string, and then take it off. And then I'm going to do some double stops here of frets 3 and 4, and then open, and then back to that C shape. And then this part's really cool. What we're doing here is just still holding that same shape. We're going to hit it or pluck it, and then add your 3rd and 4th finger to the 5th fret. Take it off, put it back, take it off, and then we're gonna go to this F sharp diminished chord. Oh, so nice. Right to this G7. All right, next part is this. And that's all part of the G7 chord here. So you're just here, and then add 3rd fret, take it off, 3rd string, and then 1st string, 2nd fret. There's your full G7, and then take it off. Strum it all, and then back to the 3rd fret. And then this is our first ending. It's going to sound like this. All right, how cool does that sound with that augmented chord? So you're going to go this finger like this shape. I find this easiest as fingers 1 and 2 here. And then you're going to hit the 1st string open, back to the 2nd string, back to the 1st string, and then you're going to real easily just move this finger up and add the 3rd finger. You're going to do this augmented chord, and then hit the 1st string open, and then to this really nice C chord, just like this. All right, so this part one more time is like this. Now, like I said, that was the first thing, so we're gonna go back and do the whole thing, or just the Rudolph part again. Do it nice and slow, and all right, now we're going to do the 2nd ending, which is going to be like this. This part I also really like. We're going to start with that same shape, fingers 1 and 2. We're going to hit it and then hit the 1st string. And then this time we're going to add the 3rd finger to the 4th fret, 3rd string. We're going to do that again. And then open string again. And then we're going to go to this G chord and then with the pinky. Matter of fact, you can do all the chord like that, and then right to a C chord. Right, so this, again, this is the second ending, which is. And then to transition to the next part, we're going to go to the C7, and then we get to this. I mean, just the hits just keep coming. All right, but here we are. We're on the F chord, all of it, all 4 strings, and then add the pinky, and take it off, and then we're going to slide up to the C chord. Just nice arpeggios, and then to a D minor, to this G7. Now I'm going to finger it like this because I need to get to this first fret of the second string, and then right to a C chord to a C diminished chord. Very cool C sharp diminished chord. That's very cool. The next part. I mean, that's very cool too. This is going to be kind of like a, going to kind of ring it out. It's basically like a G chord, but you're going to pinch these 2 strings first, and then the next 2 strings. Then you're going to add, you can add your second or third finger, whatever's easiest. And then you're going to pinch first and second, so. And then right to this G major 7, hit that first note, and then G sharp, diminished 7, and then we go back to this A minor, like this, and then this right here, this D, and then take it off, and then we're going to go to this G again, but again, finger it like this because you need to get to that first fret right there, and then that. All right, so that's our main part, and then we're going to jump into this again. Sound familiar? All right, so it's all the same that we did earlier, and then even this part's the same, except we're going to slow it down a little bit. And then we're going to end it slightly different, and I have a cool ending that I've added as well. So again, it's back to this part, first string, and then add that third finger, first string, and then to this G with that pinky down, and then the very last chord is going to be like this. And I would finger it like, just like I'm doing it here with the first finger. And then, so I mean, you could end it there, but why end it there? Let's do something cool, and I've done this. Added this nice arpeggiated chords here at the end. So we're coming from this C chord, and then we're going to reach our pinky all the way to the 9th fret and the 3rd fret. It's kind of a stretch, but leave that 3rd string open, and you're going to just do the arpeggio, and then you're going to move to the 7th fret here on the 4th string. And if you have a high G, it's going to sound slightly different than mine, but it's still going to work. And then we're going to go to this shape like here. And this, if you use 1 and 2, that's a nice fingering, because then you can just add your 3rd finger. And then for the last chord, you can just slide that up and then add this here, and you got your final chord. All right, so it's a, it's a simple song as far as we know the melody. The chords aren't crazy, but some of these can be a little challenging because I wanted to make it interesting to us. But I think it's works out really well here on our ukulele. And again, if you like this, ukulelechords.com, we're doing this stuff, ukulele, baritone, and we've done this for all our members. And also, if you need an instrument like this ukulele, this is our Ukulele Pros uke, or anything for your musical needs, we have a store as well. That's terrycartermusicstore.com. But now we're not done. Stick with me. We're going to do it all the way from the beginning to the end. Let's see how you do. 1, 2, 3. How did you do on that? We like the scores 1 to 5 here. 1 meaning you need some work, 5 meaning you got this and feeling pretty good. But this is hard. It's a long song. There's a lot of parts to it, some cool chords and stuff. But let me know how you did. Let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. I really appreciate you being here. Appreciate all your support, and we'll see you next time.